Have you ever wondered if XRP could skyrocket to $27 sooner than you think? Well, today we're going to be diving into one of the boldest predictions in the crypto space. A market expert believes that XRP might hit that elusive $27 price target in just 63 days. So imagine the possibility of turning a modest investment into a massive win in just 2 months. Okay, so let's get straight into the story. Picture the crypto market as a roller coaster that's seen its fair share of ups and downs. Recently, XRP has been on a downward slide, down around 3% or so since March 2025. With a significant crash of 29.3% in February. You kind of even saw it fall below that $3 psychological mark. Now, for many investors, these drops can feel like the end of the world, but for seasoned market watchers and investors, these dips often set the stage for spectacular comebacks. Now, one prominent analyst known as 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀𝗧𝗃 has been closely tracking XRP's price movements. He's not new to making big predictions either. In fact, as early as February 2024, when XRP was trading at around 54 cents, he forecasted that a rally could eventually kind of push the price to $27. Now, back then, that would have meant a mind-blowing 4,900% increase, a number that's hard to kind of wrap your head around. Fast forward to now, with XRP trading at around the $2 level, the kind of required jump to $27 is still rather huge, over 1,200%, right? But it's kind of a target that feels a little bit more within the realm of possibility given the market's past behavior. So let's rewind to 2017 then, a year that many crypto fans remember as the golden year for digital assets. Now, during that time, XRP had a wild ride. It started by hitting an initial peak of around 39.8 cents in May of 2017. But as many of you might recall, that was just the beginning. The coin then took a sharp downturn, correcting after this initial surge, and by early November 2017, XRP had dropped to a low of 18.19 cents. So, now, that was what's kind of fascinating about what happened next is that after hitting that low, XRP didn't just bounce back immediately. It consolidated for around 6 weeks, a period of stabilization that lasted roughly 42 days. Then, in a breakout that lasted another 21 days, XRP surged dramatically, eventually reaching an all-time high of $3.80 in January 2018. So, why is this timeline so important? Well, because the market expert, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀𝗧𝗃, he believes that history might actually be preparing to repeat itself. Now, he sees a very similar pattern forming in the current bull market, just like back in 2017. Now, XRP recently hit a floor. Now, this time around, it's the $2 mark. Now, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀𝗧𝗃's analysis suggests that at this point, if things go the way that they did back in 2017, it could take exactly 63 days or 9 weeks for XRP to reach a kind of new high within a new cycle and approximately sat at around $27. Now, he's basing this on the idea that the same forces driving the 2017 rally are at play again, albeit with a different starting point and a more mature market. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the $27 mark then so special? Well, for 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀𝗧𝗃, it's all about the Fibonacci extensions, a mathematical concept that traders use to predict future price targets. Now, in the previous rally, XRP hit around the 1.618 Fibonacci extension, which at the time was around $3.30. Fast forward to now and, using the same ratio, the expert envisions a target of $27 for this cycle. Now, it's like using a map from the past to predict the future. And while it might sound a bit like a kind of crystal ball gazing, if you will, many traders swear by these methods. So, there's also a lot of talk of something called the kangaroo phase. Now, in XRP's journey, right now, you might be thinking or scratching your head and thinking, what on earth is a kangaroo phase? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. The term is used by 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀𝗧𝗃, right? Describes a phase in the market where prices seem to kind of take a giant leap. Now, much kind of like a kangaroo's jump, if you will. It's kind of a way of saying that XRP could make a massive leap upwards, echoing that explosive movement that we saw in previous cycles. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? Despite all of the excitement, there are some challenges ahead. The current bear market conditions have been weighing on XRP and as many other cryptocurrencies as well. Now, with the coin suffering consecutive monthly losses, it's natural for investors to feel anxious about another potential dip. Now, the market's overall sentiment can sometimes feel like a tug of war between hope and fear. On one hand, you have the historical evidence that suggests a bounce back is possible, and on the other, you have the immediate reality of a bearish trend that makes everyone a little bit jittery. And, of course, for anyone who's kind of following the crypto world, these ups and downs are nothing new. It's kind of a bit like watching a suspense kind of thriller where you've never kind of never quite sure if the hero will kind of pull through, or potentially even the villain will get the better of them, right? Now, in the crypto market, the villains are often kind of the bearish trends and sudden market corrections. However, seasoned traders know that every dip can be a golden opportunity. And if you're kind of patient and know what you're at least what you're going to do and looking to do, well, these low points, they actually are perfect times to buy, setting up, at least you up for kind of major comebacks when the market eventually turns around. Now, let's kind of talk about what might drive this predicted kind of surge, right, in this prediction. Well, one key element is the overall health of the crypto market. Right? When the kind of broader market starts to show signs of recovery, altcoins like XRP often follow suit. Now, the past few months have seen some indicators of recovery in the crypto space, even as individual coins struggle with volatility. There's a kind of growing belief that the current downturn could just be a temporary setback, a necessary pause before a strong upward movement kind of kicks in. Another factor is the investor sentiment. Crypto is not just about the numbers and the charts, it's also about psychology. Right? When investors see a kind of clear pattern emerging, like the one from 2017, they tend to get a little bit more optimistic, and that optimism can fuel buying pressure. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy in many ways. Now, when you have enough people, believing that XRP is about to make a big move, they start buying, and that buying activity pushes the price up. It's kind of like a snowball effect where a little bit of hope actually grows into a really big rally. So, we also have to consider the role of market cycles, right? The crypto market trends at least tends to kind of operate in cycles of boom and bust, right? And while the bear market can be nerve-wracking, history shows that these cycles eventually lead to explosive growth periods. So for instance, after the 2017 dip, XRP managed to recover slowly. It shot up in a matter of weeks. If history is any guide, right, then, even though XRP is facing some headwinds right now, a reversal could be on the horizon, and it could be rather rapid. Now, let's kind of put this into perspective with some numbers then. Right, when XRP was trading at around 54 cents in February of 2024, the jump to $27 would actually require a kind of near miraculous 4,900% increase. Fast forward to now, when XRP is trading around $2, and the kind of math is, still a little daunting at around, just over 1,000% or so, increase, it's no small feat. But what really matters here is not just the percentages, but the timeline, right? EGREG's prediction here is kind of a 63-day turnaround based on, observed patterns from a previous bullish run. So it's kind of like comparing apples to apples, right? If the conditions are similar enough, the outcomes might actually also be rather similar. Of course, every prediction will come with its fair share of risks, right? The crypto markets are notoriously unpredictable. And while the math and historical data points to a bright future for XRP, there's always the possibility of unforeseen events that could disrupt the trend. Regulatory changes, market sentiment shifts, and even global economic factors can all play a part in altering the course of the market. So, while it's exciting to think about the potential of a massive rally, it's also important to keep your expectations in check and be prepared for all outcomes. Now, for those of you who are new to this space, here's a little tip. Always do your own research. Expert predictions are based on historical data and technical analysis, which can be a kind of a great guide, but they are not guaranteed outcomes. So think of it like a weather forecast, right? A forecast that might say, it's going to be sunny, but you never know if a sudden storm might roll in, right? In the world of crypto, staying informed and keeping a cool head during volatile times is key to making smarter decisions. Another interesting aspect of this prediction is how it ties into the concept of fractals in the financial markets. Now, a fractal is a pattern that repeats at different scales, and in 2017, XRP showed a fractal pattern and in its kind of price movement, right? Now, 𝗕𝗓𝗪 believes that that XRP is kind of following a very similar fractal pattern in the current cycle. Now, this means that the kind of behaviors that we saw in the previous bull run might actually be mirroring itself right now, giving us clues about where the price is heading next. It's kind of like a bit like looking into a mirror and seeing a reflection of the past, which can both be confirming or comforting, and a kind of a little eerie all at, the same time. So as we kind of dig deeper into these numbers, let's not forget that the crypto market is a community. It's driven by passionate investors, developers, and enthusiasts who all believe in the potential of digital currencies to change the financial landscape. When a well-respected analyst like 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗧 puts out a prediction, it doesn't just influence the charts, it influences the conversation. People start discussing, debating, and most importantly, paying closer attention. And sometimes that collective energy can lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy, where the mere expectation of a rise in price encourages more buying. There's also a human side to all of this. For many, investing in crypto isn't just about the numbers, it's about the dream of financial freedom and the excitement of kind of being part of some kind of revolutionary movement. Now, stories of people who have taken a chance on crypto and ended up changing their lives are scattered all over the internet. And while not every story has a kind of fairy tale ending, there's no denying the thrill that comes with watching a well-timed investment pay off, right? In this sense, the prediction of XRP hitting $27 isn't just a technical analysis, it's a narrative that could inspire a new chapter in the lives of many investors. But let's go ahead and circle back to the present. Right, with XRP currently in a downtrend and the market in a little bit of a lull, some investors might feel a little bit like the best days are well behind them. However, the very nature of crypto is that fortunes can change overnight. The current dip could very well be the calm before the storm, a necessary period of consolidation that sets the stage for an explosive breakout. Remember, the same pattern that played out in 2017, and while the market was rough for a while, it eventually led to one of the most dramatic rallies in crypto history. There's a lesson here for all of us. Patience can be a powerful tool. Instead of chasing every minor fluctuation in the market, it might be wiser to look at the bigger picture. The expert predictions is a reminder of that. Sometimes the best moves come from waiting for the right moment, when the market finally shows signs of recovery. Those who kind of held on during the tough times could be rewarded with gains that far kind of outstrip their initial investments. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds too good to be true. And trust me, I get it, right? The crypto market is full of promises and predictions, many of which never pan out. But what sets apart predictions that we talk about today is the detailed analysis behind them. Right? 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗧 isn't just throwing out a number. He's pointing to a concrete historical pattern, specific technical indicators, and a clear timeline that mirrors past events. For, of course, right, nothing in investing is ever going to be guaranteed, but having a kind of well-thought-out plan based on data and giving you a kind of a bit more, kind of gives you a bit more confidence in your decision-making. So let's take a moment to imagine what it would look like then if this prediction comes true. Right, picture yourself checking your portfolio 2 months from now and seeing XRP soaring to $27. For investors who got in early, that would be a monumental win, a validation of patience, research, and a willingness to ride out the storm. It would also signal a potential turning point in the broader crypto market, reigniting the optimism that many had lost kind of during the bearish times. Now, in many ways, it could mark the beginning of a new era in crypto trading, one where historical patterns and technical analysis guide investors towards smarter, more informed decisions. Of course, there's always a flip side, right? If XRP does not hit $27 within the predicted 63 days, well, it could be a sign that the market conditions have changed, and that's perfectly normal in the world of crypto. Markets evolve, and so do the factors that drive them. It might mean that new challenges have emerged, be it kind of regulatory hurdles, technological shifts, or changes in investor sentiment. The key is going to be to remain adaptable, keep learning, and never stop asking questions. In the end, every setback and opportunity, or at least is an opportunity to kind of learn and to grow, right? Both as an investor and as someone who's a part of this rapidly changing digital landscape. So, what should you do with all of this information then? Well, first, take a deep breath. Right? Whether you're an experienced trader or dipping your toes into the crypto waters, remember that every investment comes with its own risks. Using predictions like these as only one piece of your overall strategy, right? Don't use them to kind of pin all your hopes and dreams on them. You should be doing your own research. Keep an eye on the market trends and don't be afraid to ask questions. Knowledge is your best defense against the unpredictable nature of the market. Now, it's also worth mentioning that while many of us get caught up in the numbers and the big predictions, there's a bigger picture at play here. The rise and the fall of digital currencies like XRP is a part of the larger shift in how we think about money, finance, and even the way that we interact with the world. Every dip, every surge, every prediction is a chapter in that story that's kind of still being written. And whether XRP hits $27 or not, the journey itself is filled with lessons that can help us understand the future of money. Now, as we wrap up this deep dive into the prediction, think about it like this, right? The crypto market is a wild ride full of surprises. There are going to be days when you feel like you're riding a calm river, and other days when it feels like you're in the middle of a raging rapids, right? The key is to enjoy the ride, learn from every twist and turn, and always keep your eyes on the horizon. That's where the next big opportunity might be waiting. Now, I'm not here to tell you exactly what to do with your money. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing what one market expert has observed and predicted based on trends that this analyst sees in the market. Now, it's up to you, to decide how this fits with your own investment journey. But if you're excited, about the potential of XRP and think this prediction might be the start of something big, then maybe it's time to pay closer attention. The next 63 days will be a turning point, not just for XRP, but for anyone who's been watching the market closely. Now, before we close out, let's have a quick recap here. Right, we started with that bold claim, right, that XRP could hit $27 in 63 days. We then dove into the details, comparing today's market to the explosive 2017 rally. We spoke about key terms like the Fibonacci extension and the kangaroo phases. But we also kind of spoke about how this kind of sounds like or might seem like a lot of jargon at first, but they are actually just fancy ways of explaining that history might be repeating itself. We also looked into the current market conditions, including the bearish times that we've been experiencing, right? And of course, the potential for a major rebound. And along the way, we shared some practical insights into how to approach these predictions with both excitement and caution. In the end, whether you're a die-hard XRP fan or just curious observer of what the crypto world has to offer, there's no denying that we're in for an interesting ride. Predictions like these remind us that in the world of crypto, nothing is ever set in stone. The market can change in a blink of an eye, and sometimes the most unexpected moves are the ones that make the headlines. So, as you kind of mull over this prediction, what it might mean for your own investments, remember to kind of keep your curiosity alive and your research going. The crypto market is a constantly evolving landscape, and every day brings new opportunities to learn and grow. It's kind of a bit like a never-ending puzzle. Each piece that you understand brings you closer to seeing the full picture. Make sure to smash that like button, guys. The more likes that we get on this video, the further it gets pushed on YouTube, and it spreads the word about XRP's true potential. And of course, if you are new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button just down below so you don't miss any more updates when it comes to XRP or a whole host of other altcoins. And of course, guys, if you hold more than 10,000 XRP, you're set to be richer than 95% of other investors. To learn more about this, you're going to want to check out that video right there.